Welcome to www.happynumbers.org. Today's lesson, solving algebraic equations, and this is going to be a review of all of your skills that we have worked with in solving algebraic equations. So I have four equations here. 9 plus x is 32, y minus 17 equals 8, 9 times w equals 162, and b divided by 9 equals 123. So put your DVD or video on pause, work out these problems, turn it on, and then I'll put the answers up. And actually I may not work every one of these problems with you because I'd like to get a lot of problems in here, but I certainly will give you the answer. All right, so go ahead. Good. Well, let's see how we did here. 9 plus x equals 32. We know we have to isolate the x. Since this is a positive 9, we use a negative 9, and then we have to do negative 9 here. And we wind with x equals 23. That should have been your answer, I believe. And if we substituted 23 back into our problem, it would be 9 plus 23 equals 32. And 9 plus 23 does equal 32. Here, this one, you just needed to use simple addition here to put the 17 on that side, and you wind up with y equals 25 as your answer. This one here, we know the multiplication. This is multiplication, so we should have used division, and this would cancel out. And I think if we divide 162 by 9, we get 18. So W should have equaled 18. And here, in this problem, we have a division relationship. So we would have to use multiplication. So we'd multiply by 9, or 9 over 1. That would go away. And we multiply that by 9. And I believe if we multiply that by 9, we get b equals 1,107. So that should have been your solution there. Now, if you've had any problems with any of these, if you had a problem with this one, then you want to look at the video about using subtraction to solve equations. If you had a problem with this one, you want to go back and look at the video using addition to solve equations. If you had a problem with this one, you want to look at the video about using division. And here you want to look at the video about using multiplication. All right, well, let me put up some more problems for you. And we'll try and cover everything that we had covered. So let's see here. Let's try this one. 5 divided by 11b equals 15. Put your video on pause and work that problem, and then let's see what we can do with that. Okay, well, we have a relationship here of multiplication. So we're going to use division to get rid of this. And remember, if we're going to divide 5/11, then I have to use the reciprocal, which would be 11/5, and that would cancel out. And then this would be 11/5. I can put 15 over 1. 5 goes into 5 one time, 5 goes into 15 3 times, and then when I multiply, 3 times 11 is 33, so b would equal 33. Good. Let's try another one. And again, if you had a problem with that, then you want to look at the video, because that was a fraction. We had 5/11ths b. You want to look at the video that talks about working equations with fractions. Now, here's a two-step equation. 3x plus 7 equals 19. So put your video on pause and work that one, and then we'll see how we do. Let's take a look at it. Well, we have two different operations. We want to isolate this x, but we have a positive 7, so we'll use a negative 7. And that'll give us 3x. These will cancel out, equals 19 minus 7 is 12. So that's our first step. Then we have a multiplication here, so we'll use division by 3. We'll cancel out and we'll get x equals 12 divided by 3, which is 4. Good. If you had a problem with that, you want to look at the video about solving equations with more than one operation. Let's take a look at another problem. Here we have 5. I'm sorry, my bad. Let's take a look here. 4w plus 5w minus 4 equals 14. Go ahead and put your video on pause and work this problem and then turn it back on and we'll take a look. Well, here we have like terms, 4w and 5w. We can combine these. That'll give us 9w minus 4 equals 14. We want to isolate the w, so we can put a positive 4 and a positive 4. We get 9w. This cancels out, equals 14 plus 4 is 18. We have multiplication, so we divide by 9 and divide by 9, and w equals 18 divided by 9, which is 2. Okay? And here, if you had problems with this, then you want to look at the video about working with equations with like terms, and I think there are 2 videos for that. Let's take a look at another problem. Let's try this one. 3y minus y minus 5 equals y plus 8. Yes, that's correct. Okay, so put your video or DVD on pause and work this problem, and then let's see what we've got. Okay, well, here we have a like term. We have 3y and minus 1y. So let's deal with that first. 3y minus 1y will give us 2y minus 5 equals y plus 8. Well, we want to isolate our y, and we have a y on each side. So let's bring this y over here. This is a positive y, so we'll use a negative y. And if we do negative y, 1y, well then we'll do a negative y here, and we get, this will go away. Now 2y minus 1y will give us y minus 5 equals 8. We have a positive 5. So, a negative 5, my bad. So we'll put positive 5 here, positive 5 here, and we get y, and this goes away, equals 13. So here we're saying y equals 13. I want to check this. Let's plug that value in and see. I'm not quite sure if we worked that problem correctly. Well, let's take a look. 3 times y, which would be 3 times 13, minus y, which would be minus 13, minus 5, equals y, which would be 13 plus 8. Well, 3 times 13 is 39, minus 13 minus 5 equals 13 plus 8. Well, 13 plus 8 is 21. So let's see. 39 minus 13 would give me 26. 26 minus 5 would give me 21. So 21 equals 21. So then our answer that we solved for is correct. Good. And now that was an equation that had like terms and multiple steps in it. So if you had difficulty with that, you may want to review the videos with equations with like terms and multiple steps. All right, let's try one more. Let's have 4 times the quantity of x minus 3 equals 3x minus 4. Well, put your video or DVD on pause, work that, and then turn it back on again. All right, so we have here 4 times the quantity of x minus 3. So we have to multiply 4 times x, which would give us 4x. And then 4 times minus 3 would be minus 12, equals 3x minus 4. Well, we have a 3x here and an x here, so we're going to, this is positive 3x. We'll put negative 3x. And we have to do the same here. And we get 4x, take away 3x would be x minus 12. This will go away, equals minus 4. We want to get this rid of our negative 12 here. We'll put positive 12 and positive 12. This cancels out and we get x equals positive 12, negative 4 is 8. And that's it. Well, good. Well, that's our review of equations. If you did well on this, then that's excellent, because you know then how to solve the basic algebraic equations. Thank you very much and good job.